Well, welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap with your hosts, Chris and Defy. I'm here, and we are back for another episode of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I cannot believe it's only episode 9 of season 5. Best laid plans. Mack, YoYo, and Flint fight to keep everyone alive by starting a revolution against the Kree.
I mean, that happens. I really, at this point, I don't know how to review this show. I don't know how we're going to do this with this show.
I was going to ask you where you want to start. Like, I just told you before we started, I was like, I didn't even write notes for this episode because it was just like one thing after another. And by the time the episode ended, I was like, shit, I didn't write anything down.
Look, I almost want to throw everything on the floor. Like, you're welcome, motherfuckers. Like, here, take it. Like, they set us up last episode at the end of Best Laid Plans, where he says, prepare our latest acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all like, what could it be? It's a weapon. It's a nope. It's a dead girl.
They brought back Tess.
It's the Rick and Morty episode when the ship is defending Summer and they bring back that guy's dead son. Psychological trauma initiated. Like this, what? And everyone was like, can't believe they killed Tess. Well, now you see why they killed Tess.
They killed her so they could bring her right back.
Yo, knives are cold was a terrifying line delivery.
Man. Like, I was. Here's the thing: the entire time I'm waiting for her to do something. The entire time I was like, "Wait, did they brainwash her? Did they do something to her?"
No. Look, man. If you've been dead and it's not like she died and got brought back like under mysterious circumstances like Coulson. No, she woke up and like, we control your life. We brought you back to life. Go deliver this message.
No, I think that's what I'm saying. It's like
that's the creepiest part.
It made it worse. Like I'm like, okay, no, what's the catch, right? And I'm waiting for her to like morph into something else. Like there's that one scene where she came back to deliver the message to Cassius. And they don't show her at first. And when he comes and he's looking at her, I'm like, oh, she was a shapeshifter. That's what it is. She's not really her. Then they show her, I'm like, oh my God. No, oh my God. It really is just her. This is worse. Like, this is so much worse. Like, this is more terrifying. And you get why she feels the way she does. Is like you said, it's like she was brought back from death. She was killed. She remembers the moment when she was killed. And was brought. She basically remembers. She's like, do you remember the fires of hell or something like that? Like it's, terrifying, fucking terrifying. And man, so I want to stay up on the Lighthouse with Mack and Elena, and go through that.
Sure, let's do that first.
There's something we were talking about on Arrow. I love the fact that Mack because it's so weird. Cause I watched Arrow, I watched this, and I also watched The Gifted. And so, in all three of these shows that I watched, they were dealing with this whole thing of groups of people disagreeing on the way forward. And I really like I like the way that The Gifted did too, but like seeing how Mack and Elena didn't agree here, but still came together to do what they had to do. It just shows you how well the writing is on these characters. I'm not saying the other shows did it bad or anything like that, but it's like it was believable. It was believable that they would disagree on this. Like even down to like Elena trying to show Flint how to fire a gun, and Mack's like, no. You know, Mack's going full father on some. No, he doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do this. It was almost like go ahead.
It was schism.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say. I was literally just about to say it was schism. It was Cyclops and fucking Wolverine, and yeah, I mean, and there are good points on both sides here. It's like, hey, he probably doesn't need to know how to defend himself. He probably doesn't need to know how to do this. At the same time, it's like, is that the life we want him to have to? Yeah. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I just love seeing those two actors working together anyway, and then bringing Flint in and how he is. And I saw the actor, what's it, Coy Stewart. He was on Twitter. He was thanking Henry and Natalia for for the like the mentoring they were giving him and how they make him feel like part of a family team. It's like, this is why the show works so well together. The actors on it really feel like a family. And you can always tell with a show that has actors that get along together, because it shows in their acting. It just does. And so the mother-father feeling you get between Mack and Elena over Flint and like their disagreements on basically how to raise him, you see that there. It's just like you see it with, Coulson and May and Daisy on the bus, on the Zephyr, but we'll talk about that later. Like, it's just, it feels so good. I love that. And, yeah, it makes sense. And I like the idea that they rallied all of the human floors together to get that plan to get Cassius down. We got him down off the upper floor to come meet us because we knew what he wanted. He wanted, we're going to attack his. And I love the fact that they do a good job of hiding what their plans are. Because, they tell us we're going to turn ourselves in to Cassius. I'm like, that's a fucking stupid plan. I had to catch myself going, wait a minute. This Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., they never do it straightforward. It's never straightforward. So when Tess showed him, like, it was a blood vial and the Terrigenesis crystal, I was like, what are they doing? Oh, they're going to threaten to blow up all of his supply. Oh, that's pretty good. But then I was still like, okay, but still, what's the end game here? Like, even the way, still the back and forth between Mack and Elena, even before Cassie showed up, still kind of threw me off. Cause I'm still like, okay, what the, like, they don't seem to be on the same plane. What's going to go on here? And then we find out Mack's like, oh yeah, you were long-winded. So while you were doing all this stuff, we were having the humans move up to the other floor. So
all the info dump we got in the beginning, Mack was like, he talks a lot.
Yeah, right.
There's this huge expository, like, you don't understand. He's the god. He controls life and death. He pushes a button and we're all dead. He talks a lot. Wait a second, he talks a lot, huh?
Right.
I can work with that. But Mack, about the rest of it? Fuck the rest. I can work with who talks a lot.
Right.
I know ego-driven assholes. I can work with that.
Right. And so it just felt, I was like, wow, that was actually done pretty well. Because when Flint shows up, you're like, wait, what are you? It's done. Hey, done what? What did you guys do? Wait a minute. What the fuck were you guys doing? We felt
like Cassius, like, hey.
Right.
What's going on here?
It did throw me off, though, when Cassius said, oh, YoYo. I'm like, oh, that's right. He does know all them all because it is a time loop.
No. We will talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
At the end.
The time. Yes. Yeah.
He's got something behind that door.
Yes, he does.
Somebody's kept alive for a very long time.
Somebody who got left behind?
No. No one got left behind.
Okay.
This hasn't happened yet, remember? This is someone whose name he knows because she went at him with a battle axe when May tried to stop her in the past in Robin's memory.
Yes.
He doesn't know Mack by name.
True.
He knows YoYo by name.
Yes.
Let's move on. I'll get to that later.
So anything else? Yeah, no, I really like, even down to the fact of, because again, it felt very like kind of like The Gifted, where you had Flint wanting to be, he wanted to use his powers, he wanted to be a leader, he wanted to get involved like the Strucker kids wanted to, and Mack gives him it's like Mack does. And I like this because again, knowing that instead of trying to shut him off and say no, you can't do it this way, Mack's like, hey, listen, no, we need you to be a leader, we need you to go and do this other thing here. You'll do the right thing, but right now you need to lead these people and do this thing here for us. And he does. He goes out and does the right thing, and then shows up. Like I don't know. It was done so well. So let's see here. Down on the Zephyr. Which one do you want to start with first?
Lead the way, man. I'm here for all of it because I'm not gonna. Don't worry, I won't let you forget anything.
I like the idea of May being like, I don't understand how I could be a mother, and everybody else going, what are you talking about? You,
Mom.
Yeah, right. like Daisy all of a sudden going, "You're giving me the mom look right now." Like you're giving me like that's exactly
another mom look. Like
right. It's like you're doing the mom thing now, and I'm like, yeah, because basically Daisy's been kind of a daughter to you to begin with, so I think she would know. Like you and Phil have basically been surrogate mother and father to her, so yeah. Of course you'd be a good mom. Of course you would do that kind of stuff, you know. So, I really thought that was really well done. And everybody's kind of like, yeah, May, no, like you're the only one that doubts yourself on that doubted you could do this. But yeah, I like the idea that them playing with the with Voss kind of going at Deke, like you know what you need to do. Maybe they don't need to come back. Maybe the reason me and your father differed on this because I thought we should just kill them when they came here because if we kill them, they don't go back and they don't destroy the world. Versus trying to help them, and you do get this moment of you've seen Deke betray this team before, so you're like, I don't know, and I still don't trust him even after him helping Daisy there. I still don't trust him.
They went a long way,
huh?
They went a long way for me as far as trusting Deke.
Oh no! I trust him more than I did at the beginning. Like when Voss was first talking to him, I definitely didn't trust him. Here, feel more confident about it. But at the same time, I'm like, we'll see. Like I like to putting that thing in there. Bigger thing for me though is Daisy not wanting to get her powers back because she's kind of tired of it all. It's like I'm tired of being the name, tired of being Quake, I'm tired of being Destroyer of Worlds. Like I'm an agent. I'm Daisy. Why can't I just be Daisy Johnson agent? You know, like I can. You guys don't need me. What if I don't get my powers back? Do you really need me to be back at full strength? Like, why? And of course, we're all going like, yes,
point because we don't know that she has her powers in that video in the future.
Yes,
we don't know
exactly. We don't.
And I get that she's trying to and that's some real shit. Like if you were told, not only are you going to destroy the world, motherfucker, we're going to show you the aftermath after you do it. That would fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
Her hesitance makes 1,000% sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. You know?
But it also might be what's supposed to happen. Her not having her powers.
Exactly.
This time travel's weird.
Exactly. Again, we only think that Daisy destroyed the world. We don't. But, everybody only thinks that Daisy destroyed the world because who she is, she's Daisy Johnson Quake, and she was there. We do know there, and even with the alien invasion, I think the alien invasion thing, that wasn't. I've seen some people say that. I was talking to somebody about this on YouTube. It's like, oh well, I think the obvious answer for destroying the world was Thanos and Infinity War. I'm like, yeah, we kind of knocked that one out. That it's not that. Although the mentioning of the alien invasion, it definitely is something that happens. But even Voss says that wasn't what did it. That's not.
That was the beginning.
That was the beginning, which basically Fitz was going on the show. It's like, Infinity War will happen while Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s going on. But it's not going to be what destroyed the world because there's going to be episodes afterwards. So it's like, it makes sense that would be the beginning and that S.H.I.E.L.D. wouldn't did something or something happened or there was a response by the government to do something that was a bad idea and then S.H.I.E.L.D. try to come in and stop it. So there's a lot of things that could explain that. But I definitely think that the Infinity War thing is definitely just a red herring. Like it's not, and they said it here. It's like that wasn't what did it. It wasn't the aliens that came down and destroyed the world. It was you guys. It was us. So yeah. Yeah. So that'll be. I'll love to see how that played out. Yeah, really like that. Same thing with Coulson. I love the scene of Coulson having to charge his hand. I needed more juice.
It was something I'd never thought about.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, it kind of makes sense. And then after he's doing it, he has that conversation with Daisy, and it's like, all right, Phil, back to work. So I definitely do feel a Ghost Rider thing is something that's going to tie into that.
Oh yeah.
I definitely get that feeling there.
I think it's also why he's being so cagey about getting the rest of the pieces.
Yes. Let's see. We got Fitz and Simmons. again, I love Fitz is just like on some. We're in a time loop. All this doesn't fucking matter because we've already done this.
I like it because you and I asked like, why isn't Fitz reacting the way we've seen him react to time travel in the past or predestination? It's because he wasn't convinced that's what was happening. And now that he sees that it's been built off, he says, now we only designed it because we've seen it. This existing is a paradox loop. Holy shit, we're trapped.
Right.
And you're going to see him appropriately freak out. Which he should. He should.
Yeah. No, there's still.
He's right. By the way, he's fucking right. That's how time works. I'm not sure they're going to like flex the time travel rules or find a way around them here, but let's be very real. That's how time works.
Yes. No. They're fucked.
like remove like the marvelous of it all and the writerly affectations, they're fucked.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
The moment he saw it, he's like, well,
right.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and I know how
to build it because I've seen it because I built it already. Oh, because I'd already seen it. Oh my god.
Right. Yeah, it was an appropriate freak out here, you know.
Yeah, he was. Everyone's like Fitz is right. Fitz is 1,000% right.
Yes.
So is Simmons because she says this means we make it home.
Yeah, small things.
Yeah.
Small things. Although we know making it home leads to a lot of heartbreak and terrible.
It leads to Fitz also being right.
Right. It also leads to Fitz being right. And then we start the whole movie.
Like she's like, focus on when we get home. That's nice to focus on. That's literally step one in Fitz being right.
The whole crazy thing for me would be like, because somebody emailed in to say they're definitely breaking this up into 3 pods. The thing that would make this so great is if the last 6 are them back in this future, knowing that they have gone through this already again, fully, and trying to because they're stuck in a loop. It's like this is.
They've got to find a way to break the loop.
They got to find a way to break it. Yeah.
Get us out of this future, and that's going to give them hope. And we don't know what Robin told Mack.
Exactly.
Because now Robin says she's finally seen it, which may have been a lie to comfort her mother on her own deathbed, but may or may not have been the truth from a girl who can see the future. Let's see.
And who knows? Like, May did say that Flint is the key to get home, but not how she. Maybe May knows more, than she's letting on. So, yeah, it's so good there. So good. Daisy reminding us once again that she can fight without her powers. Sinara's was lucky that she didn't have her power because that fight would have been over a lot sooner. And she did get a little ahead, but I love the idea of them fighting with zero gravity at some points in this. So again, they always do a really great job with their fight choreography on this show. And all that was really, really great. So love that. And shout out to Enoch as well. He got the funny moments on the Zephyr on this episode. The whole I made him mostly plastic. Well, dude, go find
Metal
me.
Man.
Yeah, Metal Man. Go. And I'm not and basically I don't have a gender or anything like that. It's like, oh my god, you're getting me crazy. If I had a stomach, this would be where I would throw up. Talking about the rough ride they were having. They take off from the take off stuff like that. Like it's all just so good. Yeah. I think that was pretty much all the little points there. It's just, to me, I like how it all folded together. I like how we were able to get, again, this show does a really good job of being able to have 2 separate but jointed plot lines going on with 2 separate teams, and it all fits together. And
this show writes ensemble better than anyone else in television. If you said, "Hey, what's the star?" There's no star.
Absolutely no.
Daisy Johnson's our viewpoint character. Coulson's our tie to a larger universe, but the star comes down, and now you're playing favorites. Because to me, the star still Fitz.
Yeah.
00 Fitz is the star of the show to me.
Yeah. I mean,
God, I'm nervous about YoYo.
You want to go into theories and what was in the room?
All right, 2 things. This first theory is, I think this is kind of the final nail in the coffin that gravitonium is going to be the reason why we don't have an Earth.
Yes.
We haven't seen Franklin Hall, and I looked it up since episode 3 of this series. Yeah. it's a problem. You're going to hear the name Franklin Hall in the next couple of weeks. You're all very welcome for the heads up. Number 2, that's YoYo behind the door.
Makes sense. He captured her.
That's YoYo. She would not. She's like, you know what they're going to do to us, and she decides to part with May and Robin. She goes to fight, and she fucking loses because Cassius. And at this point, Cassius doesn't know her.
Well, it makes sense because think about it. When she goes to try to snatch to hit him, and the thing they're able to stop her. They have the shield up. They were ready for it, and like, why would you be ready for her? Oh well.
Yo, she told us to be ready. Like the thing, and that's the thing is like it's not just the familiarity with which he said YoYo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, like no one else got a name.
Yep.
He sees these people as less than him. For him to name her,
yep.
And they made us think it was like one of the roaches or something else space scary, and it turned out to be a dead girl, which was also in its own way very scary.
Right.
I think they're going to subvert us here, says our seer, and have it immediately revealed as someone we know. And then, they're good, they're on our side. And maybe they aren't, or maybe they're just being forced to tell everything they know. I'm not ready for what happens next week.
Who do you think the seer is?
I think it's YoYo.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
Just tell him everything that happened.
Because again, remember, if he can kill people and bring them back, that's a hell of a torture method.
You just keep killing YoYo and keep bringing her back and says, when the time comes, you can tell me everything I need to know. No, I won't. All right. Kill her, bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you will. I am your God.
Mm-hmm. Was it how do you think he's bringing them back?
The same way they brought back Coulson. He's throwing a little alien blood in that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Shake it up.
Which will then kind of tie back into season 1 and everything. But yeah,
exactly.
It brings a full loop.
Mm-hmm.
Brings you a full loop because it was Kree blood that they used to bring Coulson back and stuff like that. So
and Daisy back.
And Daisy, you're right. Which reminds somebody. I was having an argument with somebody on YouTube. They were like they didn't think that Daisy's fighting style was very realistic because she shouldn't have that. She shouldn't be to that level. I'm like, I think
I would have written okay. See, you like to engage with idiots. No, you get an okay from me with that.
I'm sorry. I don't like. It's 1, it's been 5 years, and 2, we really underestimate how much training she went under with May. Like, remember after season 1. Her whole thing was she didn't want to be vulnerable again. Remember, she had already gotten stabbed. She got shot, and almost died. Then you had the whole thing with Ward, where she had to literally hide from Ward because she wasn't strong enough to fight him. She knew how to fight. So she spent those next years afterwards learning how to fight from one of the best fighters in S.H.I.E.L.D., the Cavalry herself. And it's like, yeah, she got good. And we've seen her train. That's something we don't see most often. We've seen her train. We've seen her constantly training with May throughout these seasons. So it makes sense that she's this good. And I'll just say, nobody questions the fact that Fitz is now able to double hand icers and shoot people and be 00 Fitz. Like, everybody's grown.
If he can learn that because of being in the framework, guess what? In the framework, Daisy was a highly trained Hydra agent.
Oh, hell, before then.
I'm just saying, let's just go off of that.
Right.
Let's just go off that. Say, she wasn't that well trained by May. Cool. She spent a lifetime in the framework learning how to fight at Hydra. Next question.
Yeah.
Don't sell me fucking wolf tickets so I can fucking look and just say, you're just being an asshole. Mm-hmm. And that's why that guy would have gotten an okay from me.
Yeah, it's like, come on, that to me was one of the things inside. So I had another feeling also too when they were talking about all this. So I was like, so I like the idea of the seer being YoYo. Do you also think at some point the Kree captured the writer?
No,
you don't. Okay.
No,
because it was just some things that Cassius was saying kind of felt, like his whole thing of him being a god. Like, yeah, he's bringing people back, but it was,
all of his god talk is clearly tied to science he's using.
True.
He's a god to them. I can end your existence in a blink of an eye. Not because I'm a god, because I got a button with a bunch of bombs.
True.
I can bring you back from death. Not because I'm a god, because I got science to do it. I know the future. Not because I'm a god, because, well, Yo-Yo's tied up in the basement.
Right. Which will definitely explain some of those some of the images we see from the whatchamacallit. The
now I gotta see the preview.
The
God
previews.
damn it, Chris.
Yeah. Because it's like I'm just saying, man, there's a lot of somebody not making it, man. Somebody ain't making it. I'm feeling.
Oh no, and it's back.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling. I'm
Either Mack or Coulson,
or both.
There you go. See, look, he said it, not me.
See, that's just a setup. That was
That was not a setup.
That was
I
you
just
setting
I
me up.
chose not to say something.
That was you setting me the fuck up.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, that was definitely you setting me the fuck up, man. Like, should have kept my fucking mouth shut.
Hashtag blame Chris, y'all.
Right. Fuck. Man, that was not fair at all. All right, so we got some emails, so let me go ahead and read these right now.
Let's do this.
Let's see. Let me pull these up. So, here we go. Tanya says, "Hey guys, I recently stumbled upon your podcast and love it. It's amazing listening to people who love the show as much as I do. Just a few thoughts I wanted to hear your opinion on. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is writing rules for all Marvel time travel. Is it going to come back to play with Avengers 4? I think we talked about this last time, that Avengers 4, we definitely think either, I think we said it's not time but reality. Isn't that what
you can use both gems. There's lots of gems you can use.
Yeah.
But those two in concert could explain some of the set photos we're seeing.
Yeah, I can definitely see them using some of these rules and stuff like that for that. I love to get a better look at all Robin's drawings in the background on the Zephyr and Lighthouse 2022. I think the answers are there. Oh yeah, definitely. I think there's a reason why they don't show it to us. We don't get really clear pictures except for the ones they want us to see. Like, for instance, we even bring this up, the whole thing about remember. You'll remember this, like the thing that Robin showed her last time with the Zephyr surrounded by all those rocks. That's what this was. That's what this episode was. They ended up taking off with the Zephyr and floating using the gravity storm to get off the planet, to get off the rest of Earth. So that's what the whole thing was. That's what that picture was. So I definitely think the reason why they're not showing us the rest of those images are because that we'll be able to quickly then figure out what the fuck's going on with the rest of this. Is it possible that Robin has seen multiple versions of the future? That was the last time you were all seen together. Could have been the timeline when they were all arrested and taken to a secret military installation, like Fitz. Let's see. And 2, Robin's drawings of palm trees on the Zephyr and Enoch's fridge of what looks like her and Enoch on a beach somewhere, possibly another planet, as there is a strange star or something in the sky. These could be from a timeline after they save the world. That could be. I definitely think that the first one is the last time you were seen together. That was true. Because
somebody doesn't come back.
Somebody doesn't come back. And so if somebody doesn't come back, then it's true that all of you guys, that was the last time you were all seen together. So, yeah, be prepared for that heartbreak. If they do manage to change the future in 2018, then everything we've learned about who survives goes out the window. Robin tells Fitz and about Gemma's death, but that may be from the timeline when they saved the Earth. Mack didn't make it. Maybe he does this time. Don't hold on to Mack. The show loves to fuck with us, and we know something big is going to happen in episode 100. It could be anyone's death, but I'm obviously hoping for our Fitzsimmons wedding. I think that Gemma could be.
Sorry.
Yeah, like one. Don't never hope for Fitz and Simmons. All right, because that always ends up poorly. All right, and don't go for a wedding. Like don't hope for.
Ooh, no.
Yeah,
Marvel weddings don't go well anyway. Like,
yeah,
weddings like so they're all gonna die.
Right. like they get like Fitzsimmons getting married, and that's when Thanos shows up and blows up the church.
No, that's when Nazis pour through a hole in the world. Like that's. Right. Yeah, I would say less than 1% chance in the wedding.
But I do think Gemma can be saved because, like you said, if they change the future and didn't get that far, because I believe, because it depends on when. Because when we saw the flashbacks, not this last episode, but in episode 8, shit, I keep forgetting that there were only 8. Fuck, we're only 9 episodes in. In episode 8, when we saw the timelines that the future, not the future, but I guess the past timelines, they weren't necessarily in order. So you don't know when Gemma died and when Daisy went. You can kind of put pieces together.
That drawing is when the Kree come to Earth, and
right,
as Voss noted that they were this lighthouse. I think that we'll see that moment. I think we'll see that moment of Enoch and Robert on the beach.
Yes. But Mack is not making it back. In 2022, if the team has already been to the future, why is Fitz so against building the time machine? He knows they need it in 2091. I can only figure it's because he believes it won't make a difference because they are stuck in a time loop. Yes.
And for the record, I just want to say this one more time. He's fucking right.
Yes.
Like they're going to find some pseudoscience way or Ghost Rider-y way to subvert the past, and that's fine, and to break this loop. And I for one am cheering for them not to destroy the Earth. There it is. I said it. However, he's right.
Yeah. It's
past Fitz was right. Current Fitz is right. Future Fitz also right.
I need Fitz to go ahead and do his paper. Didn't Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. release the clip of Fitz explaining time travel? I think they did it. So they know.
Robin's dead.
Yeah, they know. They re-released that clip like recently this week of Fitz explaining time travel. So they fucking know that. Yeah, it shouldn't change. Like, and they're going hard on that. But this is one of those things where I think the show does a really good job of showing the rule, showing the rule. They're coming up with a clever way to break it.
Snap that motherfucker in half.
Right, and that's what makes Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. so good is they keep pushing you with this narrative of what you think you know, and they come, like I said, going back to how Fitz got to the point in the future with them. What did he do? He fucking froze himself. He froze, which is the crazy part, right? So he froze himself to go into to sleep through all the shit in the world breaking, to wake up during that point, and then go back to that. Yeah, think about Fitz's journey.
At one point, here's what's really fucked up. You want to get real with it? At one point, in about call it 2020, there are two Fitzes walking around the same reality.
One's
frozen.
One's frozen in space, and the other
one's building a time machine.
Yes, it's fucking crazy. It's just fucking crazy.
And somehow the Fitz we're watching is both of them.
Yes,
that's crazy.
And that could be the answer.
Yeah. You got a spare Fitz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I never thought I'd say.
Yeah. Fitz is the key.
This show.
It was jarring to see the team on the Lighthouse in 2022. It makes sense, but I never thought about how they lived the rest of their lives in the Lighthouse, and more likely they were sent to the surface and died on the Zephyr with the other true believers. Yeah. Enoch had all the alien writings plastered on his wall. I wonder if that will come back into play. As you guys have pointed out, they never do anything without a reason. Keep up the good work. I can't wait to see what the show brings us next. Thank you all. Yeah. Everything in that email. Yeah. It's just, the show's fucking amazing.
I'd be surprised if they bring back the Enoch wall thing because they didn't really. Normally, it's a stuff like that's like fan service. It's not mentioned, but if it gets mentioned in dialogue, that's when I'm like, okay, they're gonna play with this later. I don't think the wall was talked about, was it?
No, but I think that you'll see that what he's been doing.
I think we'll see it again as far as Easter egg, visual Easter egg, but I don't know if it's gonna be a prescient plot point.
Yeah. So Fantasia says, love the episode. Daisy point out May's mom faces was great. Yes. May has a lot of mom faces. And she gives even better mom faces when you point out her mom faces, which is, yeah. Daisy says, maybe I should just be Daisy Johnson, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. broke my heart because she loves her powers and being a human. Her thinking of giving that up because so much doubt puts into her is sad. Yeah, you got to think about it. At one point, Daisy was basically freeing Inhumans on Earth. That last season, she had broken out and was out there, basically, on her best, mutant and proud.
I just got my impression of the last episode of the last shot of the series.
What is it?
They avert the end of the world. May says, "What are you gonna do now, Daisy?" She says, "Call me Sky," and he walks away. Well, she got an identity back to fall back on.
Full circle, back to her original identity, Sky. Yeah. Tess lives. Is that really life though?
Yes. Lives at Jace. Lives at Jason.
Right.
She's close to Liv.
Just, lives is a strong word.
Live-ish. It's taped to air. How about that?
Right.
Live.
I mean, she's breathing.
Technically, yeah. She's checking a lot of live boxes, but the last one says, "Have you ever been dead?" And that one makes me not want to give her the full alive pass.
I mean, technically, Coulson fits
She's
into
not
that
dead.
too.
She's not dead. How about that? Undead.
She's a zombie.
Look, I've gotten in trouble for calling certain historical figures who died on crosses zombies, so I'm not going to do that here.
Cassius has a seer. Reyna. No, Reyna's definitely dead.
Reyna died season 2?
No, that was season 3, wasn't it?
No. Because Daisy gets her powers at the end of season. Dude, that's season 2 because that's when we meet her dad. As we go to No, it's not. Yeah, it is because in the middle of the season she gets her powers, and Afterlife ends it.
Right, but I think Reyna still lives in season 3.
Oh, because remember her mom kills.
Oh, you're right.
Reyna.
Her mom does kill Reyna.
And Daisy watches.
You're right. Damn it. Yeah. No.
Reyna's very
dead. Reyna's dead. Yeah. No, we think this. No, we think. Like I said, I think the seer is somebody. It's to me. It's either YoYo or it's Mack.
Yeah.
Because it could be the reason why it could be Mack is because if Mack stays behind, actually no, that doesn't work.
If you stay behind, it can't be him. But what it can be is he gets back and he's the first one captured by the Kree.
Right, because remember they did say that. She does say he's not there. So some kind of way. It could be It could be both of them.
He says she's not coming back. We both know that. Yeah. Whether that means he's not coming back from the future or coming back from being captured by the Kree, we don't know.
Right. So, yeah. So, but yeah, it's one of those two.
Past Mack, past YoYo, could be past Coulson.
Valid. I mean,
like in those flashes with Robin, Coulson and Mack are never seen. Coulson's never fucking mentioned, which no one seems to care about but me. But yeah, I think those are the 3 people on the table because we see YoYo going to confront the Kree apparently upon their arrival.
Yeah.
So it's one of those 3 who's behind that door. I'm leaning towards YoYo because she's the least established character, and I think it'll be interesting to give Mitch Cordova 2 roles to play in this scene. I think she'd do really well with it. We've seen Mack and Coulson flex their acting muscles in different roles and different interpretations of their characters in the framework and other places. This would be a great chance to show YoYo with that dichotomy and that range and ability and put it on her resume.
Yeah, and just to let you guys know, I at this point, because we're waiting for the tragedy of Fitzsimmons, the tragedy of Mack Elena is going to hit us harder.
Because you're not going to at all. God, why'd you see?
Because
hashtag blame Chris.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to tell people now to prepare themselves so when it happens, you're not as devastated as you could be. Because it's like think about what they did last season to Mack and Elena with the whole framework thing. It's like, ooh, it's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna hurt. So prepare yourselves. Also, haven't listened to Mailbag yet. Don't worry, you haven't listened to Mailbag because it hasn't been out yet, so you're okay. It's not coming out until Wednesday, so you're good. When sending this, so I don't know if somebody else already told you, but there is going to be 3 pods this season. Also, the first one ends in episode 10. That makes sense because episode 10 is next week. So I think the last 2 will be 6 episodes each to even them out. So the preview for next week, I'm not ready, but it's the mid-season, so I don't think anybody's ready. You're right. So next week is episode 10. That ends the first series. And do they go on break after that? They might go on break. Will they go on break for at least a week or 2?
We don't know. They haven't released a full schedule, but I know that 12 is, I think, in March, so I assume so. Yeah. They're probably going to put it on break and then come back for sweeps in March.
It does make sense. So Past Life is February the
March
2nd,
12th, right?
And then you're right, episode 12 is March 9th. So yeah, we more than likely go on break after that, which is, whoo, prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves twice, because prepare yourself for going into break, and prepare yourself for going out of break, because they will.
Because they've been talking about this coming out of break episode for a year now.
Yeah, and I think episode 12 is episode 100. So the next 3 episodes, prepare yourselves.
10, 11, 12 are going to be a problem.
Oh, they're going to be such a problem, and I'm here for it. Man, I'm so excited. Like, I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm so excited. I don't even know what's going to happen. I have ideas.
for it.
I have ideas. So I can try to prepare myself, but it won't be enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's gonna be great. You got anything else you want to say about this, man?
No, because we still haven't talked about or dealt with what the hell's happening back in our time.
And I think that's what's going to be the next pod. I think that's what we're going to find out. We're going to start finding out just how we, because again, we've already established.
You forget about the future for 6 episodes and be like, oh, by the way, they're here.
Because we're going to find out is because so from what we know about the timeline so far, it's not the Kree that start the problem. So we've been sitting there dealing with the Kree, and we know what the end. Once again, we know what the end is going to be. They did this with the Robin. And the last time we had a Robin episode where they tell us what's going to happen, and now we're like we're trying to figure out what it is and how we go. Like remember what they did with the YoYo's cross. How they kept passing it along to different people. And we were trying to figure out who died. I feel like that's what's going to end up happening these last 12 episodes. So now we're going to be like, all right, so what the fuck happened? How did we get to this point? And they're going to keep throwing things at us. Because we're going to find out. We're going to bring back that colonel who shot those other 2 people who were holding Fitz. It's going to involve them because they're up to some shit. And that's what's going to come into play here. And you're going to have the team trying to figure out and trying to avoid this crisis. And when the Kree show up, because we know the Kree are probably going to show up before. Or maybe they show up. I think the Kree are going to show up. Because even the whole thing about the aliens showing up, I think we're going to
remember that when they fought Hive, they called a Kree support vessel down to get those 2 Kree. Who knows if those 2 got a distress call off?
True.
Like I think we don't know for a fact that the Kree aren't the initial arrivals. And I think it would make the most sense for this show because to introduce a 3rd alien race at this point would be kind of weird.
Well, no, that's what I'm going to say. It's like I think it's a Kree. Like I think they're again. The show is so good at playing on what we think we know. So they say about the alien invasion stuff like that. We're all thinking Infinity War, and I'm looking at the schedule. I'm like, that's going to be too late. So I think that there'll definitely be some connection there, but it's not going to be the alien invasion we think or the aliens showing up that we think. It's definitely going to be the Kree, and I think what's going to happen is there's some kind of government, other shadow organization that's doing some shit, probably with Franklin Hall, that is going to cause the fucking problems, and our agents have to stop them. And
but it's also going to push them to a point where they have to use Franklin. Like, you're right, it's going to be one of those hard questions, like, is this the path that leads to the end of the world?
Yes, and I think that's what's going to happen there, and I can't fucking wait. How we get there, yes. Bring on Franklin Hall. Who was the actor who played him? So we can keep an eye out for him.
I don't know. I'm not doing that.
Not doing it? You're not going to do it?
Surprise me.
Let's do it. So, all right, folks. There you guys have it. Super Tuesday recap. A lot of stuff coming out there. I mentioned it here. The mailbag's coming out on Wednesday. We have The Gifted. I'll be dropping that. I don't even know when I'm going to drop that, but that show's ended. I might have to wait until... not this week, but the following week to drop that. But I'm so excited to talk about that fucking show too. We just put out Star Trek Discovery. The Character Corner will be out later this week on the Character Corner feed. So just make sure you subscribe. Super Tuesday Recap. You go supertuesdayrecap.mtrnetwork.net to get it on the site. If you're on the site and you go there, you can leave us Facebook comments. So I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start checking the Facebook comments on our Super Tuesday stuff, and I'll try to make sure we also read those on air as well. So if you leave us Facebook comments, basically what you do is you're logged in, you go into the site, you go to the episode that we drop on the site, and there will be a way to comment on there using your Facebook account. We won't drop your name or anything like that if you don't want to, but we'll do that. But those comments help us so as we start putting out and sending our shows to PR people that we have a good audience of people, a good community of people who like to talk about this show as well. You can also leave us for us on YouTube, and we won't read the YouTube comments on air, but I do respond to almost all the YouTube comments. So if you go to YouTube, I will definitely be responding there. I'm not like Deepom. I will entertain even the silliest theories and complaints. So
I'll entertain them, but I make you my entertainment.
See, so I'm not that. I'm the good one. I'm the good cop. He's the bad cop. Anyway, folks, thank you guys very much for listening, and we'll be back soon. Peace.